50.2. The first thing I wanted to start off with, in 50.1, I forgot to mention this, but they give you a bunch of very interesting briefs for the word garage, and none of them make sense. Maybe this book was written before the current version of Phoenix that we have, but the brief, which makes the most sense to me, and hopefully you will agree, is really just a stroke of garage. So you have the GR and then the AU and then the final J, as opposed to the different versions of the brief that they have there in 50.1. 50.2, challenging lesson, I found. I like how they remind you, they do the little lesson where you're doing hallways, freeways, and they remind you that you can do like free and then the way with the asterisks, because yeah, that vowel omission principle can be kind of tricky sometimes. But this is the first lesson where I found some of the briefs to be kind of challenging. Provision, it's Proeugz, so it's not, that vowel sound isn't very instinctual. But the interesting, like for instance, industrial, I cannot for the life of me stroke that. I actually needed to learn the brief because I found stroking it out with the three strokes, I was always getting it wrong, and fortunately it's just a strial, which makes total sense. Private, surface, telephone, those were also good too. But I'm really starting to have a bit of a struggle, actually. I spend a lot of time making brief lists, but then when I do, I'm Dare to Dream going to be writing my 80 word per minute speed test, and I listen to the dictations, and I'm just like, there's no way that I can recall these briefs. So I think I'm going to have to make some sort of a concrete decision on where I'm going to go with the briefs. Because right now I feel like I'm really spending a lot of time memorizing them, but it's a struggle to find the time to do everything, and so anyway, at the risk of being very long-winded, that's one of the challenges that I'm facing personally right now, is taking the time to learn the briefs versus stroking it out, because I'm finding when I'm hesitating a lot on stuff that doesn't come automatically for me. Something else, I know in every lesson they take the time to introduce us to some vocabulary words which we don't hear a lot. For instance, servility or pious. And I can understand why they're doing it, just because they want you to be aware of how to do it. But at the same time, I know for us to really be effective with steno, we have to be constantly repeating these words. And when you don't hear those words like that every day, I think that can be a bit of a challenge. So anyway, that's it, and I will see you in 50.3.